All right, today's episode is gonna be a little bit different than normal. Usually I film a workout, I talk a little bit about the business, but I wanna document my normal weekends. I wanna document regular stuff that you and I both do, right? We spend time with our family, we go to work, we have, activities on the weekend, right? Like just normal stuff. So today's Friday, and this afternoon, I'm actually gonna go do some manual labor on 30 acres of land. I usually sit at a desk, I'm a wealth manager, I usually don't dress like this, but I wanna talk about how I'm prepping for that physically and mentally. And then tomorrow I have kids' baseball games and family stuff and workouts and then church on Sunday, right? So I wanna talk through with an ostomy, right? I have an ostomy. How do I do life, right? Because this affects every hour of my life. And I wanna show you guys how I do it, how we get through it. Also, I said it's Friday, right? I'm kind of losing my mind here. I just went to the doctor. I've got some stuff going on with my hand. I got some not so fun medical news. I don't know the full story yet, but anyway, I'm gonna talk about that today. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Let's do it. The first thing I wanna do is show you how I prepare for the weekend and for just different events, right? I'm gonna be out on 30 acres of land today. I may not have access to the bathroom like I normally would. So mentally, yesterday, being Thursday night, I was prepping the right foods that I know are gonna treat my stomach nicely. With an ostomy, you don't have control over when you go to the bathroom and when you're gonna have to empty your bag. So what I did is I prepped my food, and I always do this every day, is I always pack my green Yeti and I meal prep, but today I was extra mindful of what I packed. I packed extra apples, which might sound weird to you, but apples and applesauce slow things down for your digestive system, which really helps. I have some Imodium, I have water, electrolyte, protein. I have everything that I'm gonna need, and it's packed. I always have this orange Yeti in the back of my car, so wherever I'm at, that's got change of clothes, that has additional ostomy supplies if I need to change my bag. It's got everything I need. And I like that it's a hard case, because if I take it to the bathroom, it's not gonna lose its structure, it's gonna stay standing, and I can wipe it down with a Lysol wipe when I get back if it gets dirty. So I have my food prep, I have my emergency stuff. I think everybody should enter their day prepared, right? Like the night before, I think everybody should think through, hey, what do I need to do tomorrow to be successful? And then if you need to add things or subtract things from your day, it's intentional and it's very mindful. But if you have an ostomy, you have to be prepared. Food, emergency stuff, here it is. I talk about meal prepping all the time, so I figured I'd just show you what I've got in here. Now, it's Friday, it's a little bit different than every other day, but I'll tell you what's different and why. So I always have my shaker bottle. I've got my Armor Bands Go Live Again sticker on it. With my morning protein, I also have my afternoon protein in my little cup here, so I can do 2 of those per day. I've got a little honey. I needed to bring this to work. I like to put honey on my apples. So in the morning, I typically eat some beef and an apple. Today, I brought chicken, because we'll be going out to Skyline for lunch. So I've got some chicken thighs in here, just seasoned with a nice rub. And I've got 2 full apples cut up. These are Honeycrisp apples. I love me some Honeycrisp. Usually I would just have 2 apples in my container, and then I would just slice them up at work. But since I will be out of the office, I figured I would slice them up at home. Now, I know what you're thinking. Won't the apples go bad? They'll get brown, they'll get mushy. I did these last night. I sliced these up, and look at that, not brown. Here's the trick. You slice them up, you put them in cold water with some salt in it, and the salt acts as a preservative. You let them sit for about 20 minutes in that cold salt water, and then you rinse them off, and you put them in a container, and they're good for probably about a day, day and a half. So 2 apples cut up, sliced. I don't eat the skins, right? So I have an ostomy. So the way I eat these, my kids laugh at me all the time, right? Normally you would just eat it like that. You would eat the skin. I eat it like this, and I don't eat the skin. Gotta love me chewing in your ear. I also have a banana for this morning, and this is key. I want to talk about this. So I have this big Yeti almost every day, no matter where I go, and I have 2 electrolyte drinks throughout the day. So this is BPN electrolytes. It doesn't matter what you drink. I do BPN. The flavors are good, but I do one of these in the morning and one of these in the afternoon. With an ostomy, you lose more fluids. You got to make sure you stay hydrated, especially if you're going to be working out or working and doing manual labor. Make sure you're getting some electrolytes in. The last thing I have is some Imodium. Usually I have some of this at home or in the office. Today I threw it in my cooler just in case I needed it wherever I was. This just slows down your digestive system, thickens things up a little bit. So that's the cooler today. That's what I prepped.
Do the front. I like the front. Oh my God. I gotta hold on tight on that. Why, Dad? Is that video for me? Sun's kind of bright, but it hurts my eyes.
Sonny, a little tired there?
Yeah, sun does look like it's bright.
It is Saturday afternoon, and so far the weekend is going great. Friday afternoon, I went and I worked on the property, like I said, and it was a blast. I had a great time, and I didn't have to think too much about my ostomy. One reason is I have a band on, right? The band secures things. It gives me a little bit more confidence. It gives me some protection, the ability to move without feeling like my ostomy appliance is just in the way or gonna, leak or have an emergency. So that's one reason. The second reason is I was prepared. Nutrition, I ate things that I knew would go well. I had the electrolytes and the fluids that I needed, but I also think taking a couple of Imodium, the 12 to 16 hours leading up to it, it just made everything it just help things set in, right? And so I didn't have to go to the bathroom as often. So between the band, the nutrition, and taking a few Imodium, last night went great. Today has been a great family day. We had the baseball games this morning, which I coached. Once again, they went really well, partly because everything carried over from last night. The nutrition, the food. I didn't eat a lot this morning, but it went great. Lots of fun. And now we're just at home playing, having a good time. I'm about to go clean out the van. This is just normal everyday stuff that you do, I do. Like I said, I love to work out. I love to push myself. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But you don't have to go work out and be crazy like me to fight for a full life, to go live again. It's just being with your family, focusing at work, maybe going on a walk or playing with your kids. You still want to live and you want to get back to the life you had before, and the Armor Band is going to help you do that. So let's go clean out the van. We're going to come home. Maybe we'll sneak in a workout depending on how much time we got. And then we've got dinner with the in-laws. But first, let's crush some BPN electrolytes. No affiliation, just love their products, love their mission. Let's do it. I know for me, having an ostomy was not what I wanted my life to look like. Heck, 5 years ago, I didn't even know what an ostomy was. I had no idea it was possible. I had no idea people were walking around with a piece of their intestines sticking outside their stomach and that they were having bowel movements into a bag hanging around their stomach. I had no idea. But after a long, hard fight with ulcerative colitis, I had no choice but to get an ostomy. And, for a long time, it was very frustrating. You know what? It still is. It's not the life I thought I'd be living, but I'm grateful to still be here. The doctor said several times that, it was killing me. There were moments where my body was so beat up. My wife and I were having conversations about how much life insurance I had and how to access it. And, this is what I would want kind of my funeral to look like if it got to that point. Those were real conversations we were having at 29 years old. And so I have a perspective now over time where I'm so grateful for a second chance at life. I'm grateful that I get to be here with my kids, my wife, making memories, having fun, living life on mission and with purpose. And it's an inconvenience. It affects every hour of my day. I can't go an hour without thinking about it, whether it's just making noises, whether I have to think about strategy of when I'm gonna eat, what I'm gonna eat, should I use the bathroom now or later or both, right? Like, it always affects my day, but I'm just grateful to be here. And it's a battle mentally I say you have to fight for a full life. You literally have to actively engage and say, you know what, this stinks. This is not what I wanted, but I'm gonna fight to be grateful to still be here and to make the most of the life and the cards I've been dealt. And so that's why my tagline for Armor Bands is Go Live Again. I really want people, we have a second chance at life, and I want us to seize it, to take advantage of it, to grab the bull by the horns and to live life passionately on fire with purpose. I don't want you to shrink back. I don't want you to settle. I want you to be confident and passionate and to go live again. And so Armor Bands is not only providing a product, but I want it to inspire people. I want us to inspire each other. We all have this shared suffering. We all have this shared suffering. However, we're gonna overcome, we're gonna battle through, and we're gonna build this community together. We're all gonna go live again. So, that's the brand. That's what we're trying to do. And man, it's not easy to build a brand and to, do this. And I don't even know if it's going to be successful. I don't know what this is going to look like 3, 6, 12 months from now. But that's my heart. That's what we're trying to do. So thanks for joining along. If you're not already subscribed to YouTube, Instagram, please do so. Follow along. You don't have to have an ostomy to join the journey. We can all battle and fight for a full life. We all have obstacles in our life that we're trying to overcome. For you, it might be an ostomy. For you, it might be a bum knee. For you, it might be relationships that didn't work out. I don't know what it is, but we're all overcoming things in our life. So let's do this together. I have just a few minutes to do a quick workout. I think I'm gonna get some arms in. I just want to lift arms. And then I'll probably do a little bit of maybe sandbag work. At the end of the workout, I want to announce what I'm starting to train for. For years, I've had it in my mind that I wanted to do an ultra marathon, a 50-mile ultra marathon specifically. I've done triathlons in the past. I love endurance work. However, my knee has been giving me fits. I'm having some other issues with my hand, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. However, I'm going to start training for something else, partially because of my knee, but also because of my family and the business and all the stuff. But let's work out first. We'll talk second. One of my favorite parts of working out is seeing my kids want to be out here with me. What I've learned over the years is not to push them over the top. Believe me, I worked hard as a kid, I work hard now, and my tendency is to want to think, you know what, I'm raising men, I'm raising warriors, which I am, but there's a time and a place to push them. So as dads, we need to know what that balance is like. Right now, while they're young, I want them to fall in love, first and foremost, with just being with me, around me, and doing things with me. I want them to love that. And what I see is I'm out here working out, and my son, he wants to come out and be with me. He'll sit here and draw. He's riding his bike. He'll do some jump ropes. He'll lift some weights. In the past, I would have just said, hey, work out with me. Boom, boom, boom. We do one thing after the other. Now it's just be with me. With time, we'll change that. But right now, I really think that's the key when they're young, when they're 7, 8, or younger. That's your goal. All right, arm workout, bicep, tricep is complete. We're gonna finish it with a little bit of some sandbag lunges, some dumbbell, just like farmer's carries, and then some runs up the hill. You can see my oldest biking down the hill, get all the speed going. So we're spending time together, we're working hard, and maybe I'm training for my next event. Good job. I'm going up to this first car. All right, Saturday night, we've had a great dinner at our in-laws' house. The kids are out here playing in the creek, having a blast. My oldest is about to climb the tree. Let's see it. It's a cool tree. Goes like horizontal. So we built that bridge last summer. We even let there be a place for the tree to go through. Come on, you got it. Do it. High five. Me and the kids were out here playing. I've got 3 kids, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And we were out here playing for about an hour and an hour and a half. My wife was gone, so it's just me and the kids. And it's never a burden to be with them. It's such a blessing, but it does come with some challenges at times. We were out here for a while and my ostomy bag was full, but it's not easy to bring all of them inside. It's also not safe for me to just go inside and leave them out here by themselves with nobody else home. So I know it sounds like such a little thing, but I had to sit here with a full ostomy bag, which can be uncomfortable. And I just sat here and just dealt with it until we all went inside and I felt like it was safe and appropriate. But once again, I'm out here living, enjoying, doing the things I want to do, but it's always on my mind, just trying to strategize how we're going to get it done. Woo! Daddy got it.
No, that's haters. What? You're cheering on my team?
Oh, we missed it.